Hello, welcome to another Wind of the Willows review post-Christmas. So hope everybody had a lovely Christmas. I certainly did. Still in the festive spirit, as you can see. Still got the old Christmas jumper on. So we are in that period now, of course, between Christmas and New Year. Weird period, but of course the Willows episodes continue. And what better one to have now than Auld Lang Syne? So we're looking at the first of the New Year episodes. It's the episode that kicks off Series 4 and kicks off the railway problem. So let's get stuck in. Let's play now. Want to sync up with me? So pressing play right now. So into the festive spirit. Still with this one. I remember first seeing this on Channel 5, and I remember it very vividly. They broadcast it on. This one was on New Year's Eve, and the one I'm reviewing next week, which is Happy New Year, was broadcasted on New Year's Day. In the 80s, of course, it was a very different story. They weren't broadcasted around New Year at all, but there you go. But that's why I have very fond memories of this one, because it was just lovely, you know, having had Christmas. And yes, it can get a bit depressing when Christmas is over, but I still think of this as the Christmas period. It continues all the way through to beyond New Year. Look at that, we've got a lovely opening. Winter scenes, hint of snow in this one. Even though, I don't know about where you are, but where I am, we haven't had any snow at all. I don't think there's really been much snow at all in the UK. This one really is the first one I'm reviewing with snow. We have, of course, got the snowy episodes to come still. They're going to be reviewed in January. But you never know when snow's going to hit, if ever, you know. But we'll see, of course. But so it's got that already, that very cold winter feeling, and then we go, like so many episodes do, we go into a lovely homely scene, and here we are at Badger's house. We can already tell, well, hopefully you can, for the animation, this is Paul Berry. Superb animation of Toad straight away. And he's wearing his, I always think of it as the Holmes outfit, the Sherlock Holmes outfit that you wore in the Labyrinth. And it's interesting this, they're actually talking about how Toad Hall is crumbling away. As Badger says, through Toad's neglect, which links in very nicely to the episode that follows this, Bricks and Mortar, which I won't review till we get to February for that one. But so there is, out of all the series, Series 4 is the best one for continuity, if you like. It's almost like a soap sitcom continuing. So I love it. We've got the see the decoration that Badger's got up in his home, all the Christmas decorations. It's a bit of a stick in about Badger, isn't it? Well, if you transformed this whimsical fashion, but of course it is New Year's Eve.
Scots, Toad, not Scotch.
Scotch.
And I wish you'd stop interrupting.
Well, actually, Toad, it was you who interrupted Badger. Me?
Wonderful animation of Toad. All these very clear poses, as always. And look at that, even there, the way he's actually listening a little bit to Badger there. Now this is interesting. So Badger first introduces the railway problem. So he's heard about this problem, this issue that's coming up, and Toad, of course, loves it.
Yes, Toad, I had heard.
It comes once a year. Yes, Toad, I had heard, I do love that. But I love that Toad's so excited about, you know, celebrating it with style. Hogmanay. It's wonderful. I mean, he's got so much spirit, and the others are a bit of a downer. I mean, yes, they've got this railway problem now, and Badger's obviously concerned about that. And as the series progresses, of course, we realise that that's the essence, much of the essence, for the other three characters. For Series 4, for this whole railway problem. And I, of course, saw this episode much later than I'd seen many of the others, like Hot Air, Lord Toad, and so on, videos that I had, and I always wondered how the railway problem was introduced, how it started. Yeah, this is obviously it. And when we get to Happy New Year, when we review that next week, that's the episode that resolves it all. That's the last one of Series 4. So,
You mean it'll be you letting the new year in, Toad?
Yes, of course it will be.
so you can actually watch them back to back, but it is actually another year has passed, of course.
I am not sure I know what you're getting at, and I am not sure I want to know.
Lovely animation there, and lovely voice work.
In any case, I've got the most wonderful costume.
Costume, Toad?
Yes. Oh, Scotch.
There you go. Scotch. Can't say it again.
Whatever it
Skittish.
is, I popped down to London in the Rolls last week and bought it. Sorry, Mel, did you sleep?
No, Toad. 8:30 then.
Yes, 8:30, if you can be bothered. I'll see myself out.
So Toad's already saying, invited them to Toad Hall, and it is New Year's Eve, and this is the evening of the same day. And look how Toad Hall's decorated, I love it. It's got the holly and Christmas decorations still around, plenty of food, beautifully made, and nice to see Otter. And a lovely little outfit there. I really like that they've included Otter in this, because he is one of them. We don't see enough of him, really, but of course, the original book centres around those 4 main characters, and Cosgrove Hall were very wise to kind of, I guess, not involve Otter characters like that quite too much. This makes me laugh. Now this clip actually was in a documentary, I don't know if anyone saw it, I think it was the 50 greatest cartoons or children's TV programmes or something like that. And the Wind of the Willows was in there. Or the 100 greatest, I think. Excuse me. And he was, I think it was Jimmy Carr presenting it, narrating it. And he said, "Do you know that's Del Boy David Jason, his Toad?" And then he said, "Amazing makeup." This always made my dad laugh as well. Every time Toad moves, the bagpipes make a sound. This is the fact that they're just going groaning.
Set those pipes? Yes, I think they need new strings.
I thought they played you
Strings.
very well, Toad.
They.
Sarcastic Rat again, they played you very well.
I say, Toad, have you seen the time?
It's not all that far short of midnight.
Oh, I say,
Makes me feel excited the new year coming up.
That's what I mean.
Oh, well then, I can't stand here talking to you. Bread, salt, and a money and a go. I shall be going out of the back door.
Yes, ma'am, yes.
And coming in the front door with my Robbie.
Got that burr, there's a trembling of the lips there, the way David Jason pronounced the rolling R, which I think I said before, I cannot do it. I can't do it. Anyone roll their R's? Robbie Burns, of course, was the famous poet, and Toad wants to recite it, and he's doing it properly, to be fair, so he's great. Now this is back to the serious point again, a Badger obviously very concerned. The way Ratty says it will come to nothing, which of course it doesn't. It does get extremely serious, so by the time we get to a year from now, and I love the way Badger's saying, "Will we be here when the next one comes?" It makes me wonder whether Brian Truman, when he wrote these scripts, whether he had all the episodes sort of laid out, or a rough plan of where we're beginning and how it gets resolved. And I suspect he probably did. I love this idea that it takes us through a year, and we have an episode sort of representing each month, but bookended by January, or December into January. I love that. What with these R's again? I love the lighting in this as well. The kind of nice warm light over the door there, surrounded by the moonlight, and then the light through the window. I love how he's getting irritated by the time taking so long. Hurry up. So he's doing it on the dot, but he's running a little bit late because you think, well, he should be in there by now. Now this is interesting, how this links to the discussion in the opening scene of Toad Hall crumbling away.
Oh dear. I might
And it really is, you know. Lovely animation. Look at him fainting there. And that's the sort of animation where you want the kind of weight to give way. The head follows. It's classic follow through in animation. I talk to my students about it.
Toad? Toad, don't be silly. It's struck 12.
So no, Mole can't even see Toad there. He's actually on the ground and so over
Well,
dramatic.
never mind then. Jolly cold standing here.
You'd think Toad was hit on the head, but he's literally just fainting because he nearly was.
Oh my goodness. Oh my.
I love all that, the bells and things. It's like
The new year.
really nice.
Clock struck. Oh, got to let
So
it
it's
in.
like the nearby village, I guess.
I say, what a din. Oh, better ring the bell. Good new year.
I love these all these wobbly things. Now the bell breaks.
Oh, drat the stupid thing. Oh, anyway, Phil, perhaps that knocker is a
Really nicely directed this one. This is Jackie Crocker, of course.
Wow.
Now the handle goes.
Stupid bell, stupid.
See that rule of thirds, all things come in
Stupid
threes.
organization. Hello, hello, I say, I'm freezing. Hello, answer the wretched, stupid door. Trap, double trap. Oh, I'll have to go round in the back door again. Oh, it's not fair. It's spoiling it all.
Oh, I feel bad for you. He's gone to all this effort. He's got all the props and things ready. He's got the costume. He wanted it to be all nice and on time. Now this is a nice surprise. You don't know that the Weasels are going to be part of this, but I like that they're in it, and it's a really funny scene. This. Classic henchman when he's not on the same wavelength as the chief.
I didn't know
I didn't know he was invited. So he's-
We're not invited, you are we? But you said, oh, shut up and ring the bell. Oh, I'm freezing. Right, Chief.
So as an audience, we already know that he's not going to be able to ring the bell. I love the sound effect of the spring here. Just really nice, clear sound effect there. Perfect.
It won't ring, Chief. Then knock, you idiot. Knock. Oh, yes.
Knock.
Chief. Oh, what is it now? I can't find the knocker. You can't find... You couldn't find your feet if they weren't stuck on the end of your legs. Here, let me do it. Here.
It's such brilliant comedy, isn't it? The chief.
He's school. I know, Chief. Have you had it? Had it, Chief? Yes, have you nicked that knocker? No, Chief, honest. Because if you have without hanging it over to me, I'll skin you. I haven't seen the knocker, Chief. Honest, I haven't. Well, in that case, we'll just have to
Again,
knock
great
on
lighting.
tonight's
They're actually out of the
door
light and into the
something
moonlight,
else.
but we do see them clearly. And particularly the chief surrounded by the door with different light on it. And it all comes together nicely, doesn't it? The chief, the writing's really good. The chief uses a bit of Toad Hall that fell down. Great animation there, making it really look heavy. Where his arms just drop down and he swings it, and you hear the thud to the side.
Oh, it's you. Oh, very perspective of you, Mr.
Great dialogue here of the chief trying to use good, impressive English words.
And of course your good self. The condiments of the season and a preposterous new year.
You mean another year when you can make money out of
Preposterous
anyone
New Year,
foolish enough to
brilliant.
trust you?
Oh, Mr. Rat, that is hardly the spirit of the festive season. No, not very nice. Not very nice.
Well, I suppose you'd better come in. But we shall be watching the silver.
Mr. Rat, I don't know what you mean.
It's an interesting episode. How so much of it takes place on the steps of Toad Hall. But now, of course, we concentrate on Toad trying to get into the house through the back door. Now he's just impressed with himself. He's almost forgotten the fact that he's missed the year. He's just looking forward to being in the warmth now. And now realises he can't get into Toad Hall, so we've got another issue with the building. And like I say, it does link nicely with Bricks and Mortar, the one that follows this. But what's interesting is the directors obviously share the episodes. So Bricks and Mortar, I think, was directed by Chris Taylor, and with a totally different crew. And It's the writing, isn't it, really? The writing is what links them all together.
What's happened right now? I broke my toe.
Now we go again. Another scene of him being overly dramatic.
I'm crippled. I'm crippled.
He thinks he's broken his toe, he's only bruised it, knocked it slightly.
Unable to escape.
And he thinks he won't walk.
I shall die here. Alone. I
He's
shall
gonna
not
die.
see the brave new year. The greenness.
Now this is an interesting part of Toad's character here,
Goodbye, my
where he's
friend.
going on dramatically like this, and then there's a realisation that he's cold.
Here I go.
So it's almost as if like he knows that he's being over the top, and
Of course, my
I don't know, it's just nice saying, "Oh, yeah, I'm cold."
Oh, I don't know. What might have happened to me?
This animation here, lovely, shaking and he's cold, shivering. Really great performance by both David Jason and the animator, Paul Berry. So you head for the cellar door now. Nice animation of Otter there.
What was that? I say, you chaps, just come and listen to this.
What's that offer?
Now, I've said before, this is the later Otter puppet, and if you compare him to the early, like Series 1 and even Series 2 episodes, he's got a totally different look. They re-sculpted him. Really interesting, I don't quite know why.
I suspect
He looked more like Mole, a
merely
bit
another example of
more
Toad's
basic,
neglect.
I guess.
Sorry, Badger.
I mean that
He's
it
almost
is
got the sense of
sound
more
of
whiskers now,
everything
like a
in
moustache like Badger.
You mean falling off the chimney, Badger, that sort of
But
thing?
he does look more like a real Otter.
You may be
Now,
sure
Badger's basically
there's
saying that all these
more
crump...
cheer than Toad behind all this.
Yes, of course. I'm sure you're right, Badger.
all these moans are to do with Toad, but of course they are. But what they don't know is Toad's going to surprise them in a minute. Now this is an interesting generic set that we're seeing. You see that pitch in the distance there? We just saw with the camera moving, but it's quite deep. There's some depth there. Reminds me of the Labyrinth again. Really realistic spider webs. I still don't know what that material is. Some sort of it's like cotton wool, but very much finer and less fluffy. Really well done this, because again the lighting very dark, but we see enough. And this, I mean, I know I go on about lighting a lot, but I do think it really improved as the series went on. They regarded it as more of an art form than they did in those early ones.
I thought I could hear the wind moaning and... sounds a little bit nice.
So he's actually going into his chimney now. I wasn't quite sure about the way he fell though. That was the only problem I got that. He's almost went back first, and then there was that big anticipation. But obviously to fall like that, you would just fall, as you know, sort of lead into it. But it works though. Great little joke there. Father Christmas a week later. Now, I've always wondered what that is that they put on the puppets. Put on Toad, get that sooty look. Don't know if they totally trashed the puppet in the costume. There's a hint of it still on his costume there. See that? It's nice that. It's not completely cleaned up.
Stupid doors.
Well, Toad, you've reached the harvest.
And he's in his like sort of his wheelchair thingy bob, whatever it's called, from Patient Toad.
Neglect.
And it's interesting that the weasels are gone now.
It's just a shame that you missed all the fun and entertainment. Oh, yeah.
That's interesting, fun and entertainment. So I wonder what entertainment there was. Did they sort of do some... The others did entertainment and provided some things. I'm sure Badger didn't show his magic lantern, but Ratty might have sung a song or something. Would have liked to see all that. So now Toad's been reminded of what he missed out on.
Your honest Susie. Grit, chieftain, all the pudding.
I love it. Toad doing a Scottish accent. Or David Jason doing Toad trying to do a Scottish accent.
Will I be worthy or a grace as lang?
Great pacing here.
Yes, well, it's quite enough of that.
Always gets a laugh from me. It's quite enough of that. He's like, what? And those big eyes. And when they get that expression of Toad like there, when he's like up, his nose is quite high, but you get the two eyes very clearly. And look sort of perplexed, almost disgusting. Look, what? When he reacts to Badger in that way. Look at this lovely animation here as well with the way the arms are doing that with the paper. It's really nice, natural sort of. He's not going to rip it, but he's like, ooh, he's got. just lovely gestures, and that's a nice sincere kind of ending the Badger gives there. May the railway come no close, and they say hear, hear, but of course it does. And I love that, and I wish I'd seen these episodes when they were originally shown. I think, weirdly, I wasn't as into the Willows as I was much later on. I don't know why. I think I just sort of missed out on a lot of those original broadcasts, but discover them more by video. That's the way it was. But thank God Channel 5 repeated them in the 90s. So there we go, that's Auld Lang Syne. I love that one. Things gets better and better every time. I mean, in a sense, not a lot happens really. A lot of it's focused on Toad struggling to get back into Toad Hall, so it's quite a simple story. But I think it's just well done. I think it's well shot, beautifully animated, and some great jokes in it, and lovely homely feel that so many episodes have. So, I think I might actually watch that New Year's Eve. I always do, traditionally. And then, of course, the next one that we do next week, Happy New Year. So there we go, let me know your thoughts. But like I say, hope everyone had a lovely Christmas, and don't know what you're doing for New Year. We're just going to some friends, having a fairly quiet one. Yeah, let me know. I will get back to comments. It's been very busy, obviously, this week, as it always is. And I'm doing 2 today as well, so do look out for the bonus episode. It's Oarsman Toad. Not a Christmassy or New Year episode at all, but that is the next one from Series 5, so do look out for that as well. But yeah, do enjoy the rest of this Christmas New Year period, and I'll see you next week for Happy New Year, which of course will be on the, what date will it be on? 3rd or 4th, something like that. No, 5th. 5th of January. So a little after New Year, but obviously it's the only place to do it. But see you then for that, and have a good rest of this period. All the best. See you soon.